It's time to start thinking about Thanksgiving dinner. What are you gonna make? Well, stay tuned and I'll give you a couple of ideas. Hey my friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is an exciting video because it is part of a Thanksgiving dishes collaboration, and it's hosted by a friend here on YouTube. Her name is Valerie Hargett, and I will have her channel in the description box, as well as a playlist of a ton of YouTubers that are getting together to give you some ideas for what you can make for your Thanksgiving dinner. Now, I know it's not that far away, so it is time to start planning. What are your sides gonna be? What is your main dish gonna be? What are your desserts? So I have for you one side dish and one dessert that you can make that hopefully you will love as much as we do. So let's go ahead and get started. This sweet potato casserole is a recipe that came from a lady in the church I went to previously. And so I'm only gonna make half of the recipe just because I'm making it at home. This isn't for Thanksgiving night. But I will tell you the full recipe. So you're gonna need 3 cups of mashed sweet potatoes, 2 eggs. You're gonna need sugar, brown sugar, pecans, vanilla, and butter. And then I'll tell you the exact amounts when we get into cooking the recipe. But you'll need some of this for the casserole and some of it for the topping. So anyway, I'm gonna tell you how much you need. Even though I'm only making half, I'm gonna tell you the full amount as I make it. Now, like I said, you're gonna need 3 cups of the mashed potatoes, and this is a 29-ounce can. And this one can only makes 1.5 cups, so which is what I needed for me cooking it this night, just to show you the recipe. So you will need 2 of these 29-ounce cans of sweet potatoes, unless you wanna cook them yourself, boil them, cook them yourself, but I just use the can because it's much easier. But I'm just gonna use this little tool that I got from Pampered Chef to mash all of the potatoes up and get them nice and as smooth as I can get them. Then you are going to, in a mixing bowl, you are going to put in the mashed potatoes. Then that 1 stick of butter, you're gonna melt it, and you're gonna add the melted butter to the mixing bowl. Next, you're gonna add 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar, as well as 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 2 eggs. After you have added all the ingredients, you're gonna mix it up really well. It calls for you to put all of this into a buttered dish. So I took a stick of butter and just kind of greased the inside of the casserole dish, and I put all of the casserole portion into the dish and spread it out as evenly as I can. And I set it to the side and get ready to start the topping. Now, for the topping, you're gonna need 1 cup of pecans, and I try to chop mine as finely as possible because I don't like the big chunks of pecans. Then you add 1/2 cup of flour, 1 cup of brown sugar, and 1/2 cup of margarine or butter that has been melted. And then you're gonna mix that up really well. And this makes sort of the crumble for the top. So I'm just going to take it's whatever's easier, whether you do it with your hand or just scoop it out with the fork. I'm just using a fork here to just try to get as much spread out as evenly as possible. But you know, it's going to be super thick. So if you want to do it with your hand and just kind of sprinkle it along, you know, that's fine too. It just depends. Sometimes I do it that way and sometimes I just use the fork. But once you get it all covered, you're gonna bake it for about 30 minutes in a 350-degree oven until it is slightly firm, or you can see that it's kind of bubbling on top. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. You can see the top has a nice kind of crispy crunch to it, and then the casserole portion is just so sweet and yummy. I don't know about you, but we're not big pecan pie fans, but when I made these pecan pie bites, they quickly became a favorite. You will need heavy cream, you'll need pecans, you'll need brown sugar, baking powder, butter, vanilla, an egg, flour, did I say flour, and salt. I've got my oven preheating to 350, so in my mixing bowl, I am gonna combine the brown sugar, I'm gonna add 1 egg yolk, and this one did not come out easy. It was being a little stubborn getting out of the little container, but you add your 1 egg yolk. You are gonna add half a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 stick of, 6 tablespoons of unsalted and softened butter, and you're gonna beat that with your mixer on a medium speed. And as you're beating it, you're gonna wanna scrape the bowl often just to get it off the sides until it's creamy. Once it's creamy, then you're gonna start adding your flour. You're gonna add 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, as well as half a teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and you're gonna mix that until that is well blended as well. All right, you can see that it's kind of crumbly, but I'm using this little scoop to get about a 3/4 inch ball into the scoop, and you're gonna place each one into your sprayed mini muffin pan. And I have my pan all ready and it's all sprayed. And so I'm just going to put the balls into each cup, and I'm gonna use, you can either use this little tool that I'm gonna use, or you can just kind of push it down with your thumb, but you wanna you wanna shape the balls into little cups. Now, once I have gotten all of the cups kind of set, and I will actually have this is a Pampered Chef one, but I'll find one on Amazon and link it in the description box, because this tool actually works really good for stuff like this. But anyway, now that we have our cups ready, we're gonna go on to making the filling. And so for the filling, you're gonna need 1 cup of finely chopped pecans, half a cup of firmly packed brown sugar, 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And once you have all your ingredients in the bowl, you're gonna stir it really well until everything is well incorporated. And then you're gonna spoon about a teaspoon of the filling into each little cookie cup. The oven is preheated. So I'm gonna bake these from 13 to 15 minutes. Mine, I only had to bake for 13, but just depending on your oven. But anywhere from 13 to 15 minutes until the edges are golden brown. Once you take them out of the oven, you're gonna let them cool in the pan for about 10 minutes. And if you can put the pan on a cooling rack, it's better just because it helps cool quicker because you're, exposing the underneath. But after that has cooled, then you're gonna take a knife and you're just gonna kind of work each little cookie loose from the cups. And once you have gotten them loose, then you're gonna put them individually on the cooking or the cooling rack and let them cool completely. And like I said before, we are not big pecan pie fans. And part of the reason is because I've always kind of been intimidated by making one. But these are so simple, and honestly, I would eat these over pecan pie anytime. These are so good, and they are very easy and very quick to make. So I said that I was making one side and one dessert, but if you were at my house, then you would know that my husband, he eats both of these for dessert. So let me know in the comments, do you eat your sweet potatoes as a souffle with marshmallows on top, or as a casserole, kind of like what I made with the brown sugar and pecans on top? Let me know. I will be interested to see. But anyway, I just want to thank so much Valerie for hosting this collaboration. Make sure that you check out her channel. She has a ton of cooking inspiration for you. So if you're ever needing to know what to cook for dinner and you haven't found it here on my channel, then make sure you go check it out on hers. Go ahead and subscribe to her channel. And also don't forget to check out the playlist because there are so many different ideas for your Thanksgiving meal. And if you're new to my channel and if you're coming over here from another channel, then welcome. I would love it if you would consider being a part of my YouTube family. If you like all things homemaking, whether it's meal ideas, shopping hauls, home decor, then you need to make sure that you click the subscribe button and click the bell button so you don't miss any of my videos. And also give this video a big thumbs up because it does help me out with YouTube. And if you would like to see some of what I made last year for Thanksgiving, then go ahead and check out the box you see on the screen right now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.